Thank you for your purchase of a Furrion Lumina solar-powered awning. Today we will walk you through a wall mount installation. These are the tools required for this procedure. Remove the solar panel assembly from the box. Plug the solar panel into a wall outlet to charge while performing the remainder of this installation process. For installing on siding that is ridged or layered, shims will be needed to create a flat and even surface for mounting. You'll be using the F-style brackets. If you have a 12 to 14 foot awning, you will use 4 brackets. If you have a 16-foot awning, you will use 5 brackets. And if you have an 18 to 20-foot awning, you will use 6 brackets. Measure up from the deck, patio, or ground on one side of the installation location and make a mark using a non-permanent method of marking at the desired mounting height. There must be at least 7 feet and 6 inches space to allow for headroom. 9 feet is recommended for comfort and better pitch performance. Then, measure 9 inches down from this mark, and make another mark. This second mark will be the beginning of the mounting line. Move to the other end of the mounting location and repeat the previous step, making another 2 marks. Using chalk or a snap chalk line, horizontally connect the lines. This mounting line will be the bottom edge of all F mounting brackets. Using a bubble or laser level, check that the mounting line is straight and level. If not, make adjustments as needed. Mark the left and right ends of the awning on the mounting line. Using a stud finder, mark each stud's center along the entire length of the mounting line between the left and right sides of the awning. Mark bracket locations to be used. Space brackets as evenly as possible across the mounting line. Remark the new left and right edges of the awning as needed after adjustments. Brackets cannot be installed where arm shoulders are located. Dry fit a F bracket at the rightmost determined bracket location with the bottom edge of the bracket aligning with the mounting line. Mark the top and bottom mounting holes of each bracket. Use a laser level to ensure each is as perfectly aligned as possible. Repeat with each F bracket at each determined location. Apply a bead of silicone sealant in each pilot hole. Secure F bracket and shim if required with 2 10mm by 100mm lag screws and 2 26mm by 10mm flat washers into the stud. Use a hand ratchet or socket wrench when tightening. Do not use an impact driver. Repeat this process with each F bracket at each determined location using appropriate number of brackets. Measure up from the deck, patio, or ground on one side of the installation location and make a mark using a non-permanent method of marking at the desired mounting height. There must be at least 7 feet and 6 inches space to allow for headroom. 9 feet is recommended for comfort and better pitch performance. Then, measure 9 inches down from this mark and make another mark. This second mark will be the beginning of the mounting line. Move to the other end of the mounting location and repeat the previous step, making another 2 marks. Using chalk or a snap chalk line, horizontally connect the lines. This mounting line will be the bottom edge of all F mounting brackets. Using a bubble or a laser level, check that the mounting line is straight and level. If not, make adjustments as needed, and mark the left and right ends of the awning on the mounting line. For proper support, the masonry fasteners supplied with the awning must be installed in the main body of the bricks not within ½ an inch of the outer edge of any brick. Dry fit a F bracket at the mark previously made and examine the location of the mounting holes. If any holes correspond to joints in the brick or fall within ½ inch of a brick, reposition the mounting line left to right position of the awning or bracket locations respectively as needed. Mark the top and bottom mounting holes. Measure along the mounting line and mark the center of each proposed location of the additional F brackets. adjusting their positions as needed to ensure even spacing across the entire length of the awning while avoiding mounting to joints in the bricks. Brackets cannot be installed where arm shoulders are located. Dry fit the additional F brackets at their marked locations and mark the top and bottom mounting holes of each bracket. Remember that no mounting hole may be less than ½ inch from the edge of any brick. Adjust as needed. Drill a ½ inch pilot hole at each mounting hole mark made. Use a laser level while drilling holes to ensure each bracket will be as perfectly aligned as possible. Install each bracket at the appropriate mark location, aligning the mounting holes of the brackets to the pilot holes in the wall. Secure each bracket with two M10 by 100 mm masonry fasteners. Assess the weight and size of the awning and determine how many additional people will be needed to safely hoist the awning into position and secure it. Remember that larger awnings are heavier and will require more assistance to lift and hold in place while the awning is being secured to the F brackets. Using helpers, hoist the awning so that the torsion bar slides into the gaps of each of the F brackets. Press the entire torsion beam into the gaps. At each F bracket, slide a M8 by 65 mm retaining hex bolt through a 16 mm by 8.4 mm by 1.6 mm flat washer, then up through the bottom hole in the bracket and through the middle flange hole. Pressure may need to be applied to the torsion bar to allow the bolts to slide past it into position. Secure each bolt with a M8 retaining nut. Do not over-tighten. The solar panel is designed so that the mounting brackets may be adjusted along the body of the panel to allow for convenient spacing when correlating the mounting holes to the center of the studs. Check the distance between the centers of the mounting holes on each bracket. If needed, adjust the brackets by loosening the set screws and positioning them until the center to center distance between mounting holes is 16 inches, which correlates to the common construction center to center stud spacing. Tighten the set screw again if repositioned. Using a stud finder or other method, locate and mark the centers of the studs at the intended solar panel installation site. The solar panel may be installed horizontally or vertically based on the position of the sun, the size of the residence, location of the studs, and/or cord length. Hold the solar panel assembly against the wall with the center of the mounting holes aligned with the center of the stud marks. Drill a pilot hole through each mounting hole into the studs. Apply a bead of silicone sealant in each pilot hole. Affix the solar panel to the wall with 4 8 mm by 50 mm lag screws and 4 16 mm by 8 mm washers through the mounting hole pilot holes. The solar panel should be mounted in such a way that the screws will never penetrate the joints between bricks. Always make sure that any screw is positioned ½ inch away from the edge of any brick. Dry fit the solar panel onto the bricks and check the position of the mounting holes, making sure that each is ½ inch away from the edges of any bricks. Reposition the solar panel as needed. The solar panel is designed so that the mounting brackets may be adjusted along the body of the panel to allow for convenient spacing when correlating the mounting holes to bricks. If needed while dry fitting, adjust the brackets by loosening the set screws and positioning them until no mounting hole will fall closer than ½ inch to the edge of the brick. Tighten the set screws again if repositioned. The solar panel may be installed horizontally or vertically based on the position of the sun, the size of the residence, location size of the bricks, and/or the cord length. Mark the positions of the mounting holes, then drill a pilot hole at each mark. Insert a 10 mm by 50 mm plastic anchor into each pilot hole. Affix the solar panel to the wall with 4 8 mm by 50 mm lag screws and 4 16 mm by 8 mm washers through the mounting pilot holes. Plug in each harness from the solar panel to the awning. Secure the connections by tightening the watertight protectors around each of them. When connecting cords, wires, and/or harnesses that are connected to the motor, Leave enough slack to form a drip loop in each. The bottom of the loop should be lower than the cord's entry point into the motor, preventing rainwater from traveling along the cord and into the motor. Install the wall holder for the remote in a cool, dry place inside the residence where the remote will be stored. Make sure the solar panel has adequate power to operate the awning and is fully wired and connected to it. Open the back panel of the remote, exposing the battery and the P2 buttons. Press and hold the pairing button on the side of the solar panel for 3 seconds. The LED will illuminate solid to indicate the panel is in pairing mode. Press the left P2 button on the back of the remote once. The LED on the remote will flash. After the flash, press the left P2 button a second time, and the remote LED will flash again. Press the extend button on the remote. The motor will jog, which is extending the awning once, stopping, and then retracting, and the remote LED will flash 4 times. This means that the remote has been successfully paired. Test the remote by pressing the extend button and letting the awning extend 1 to 2 feet. Once the awning reaches a 1 to 2 foot extension, press the stop button. Finally, press the retract button and let the awning fully retract. This completes the wall mount installation of a Furrion Lumina solar-powered awning. For further information, please consult our written installation instructions that came with your awning or are available for download at support.lci1.com/Furrion. You can also contact our customer service department at customerservice@lci1.com or call at 1-800-789-3341.